Good morning, everyone. I welcome you to class this morning. I believe you are good. Are you? Okay, Mrs. Martha is fine as well. Thank you. So it's our literacy class, and this is our revision week. So I'll be taking you through the topics that we've done since the beginning of this second half of these online classes. And the topic I'm starting with is letter writing. I told you we're talking about a letter. A letter is a written message. A letter is a written information that is passed across from one person to another, from the sender to the receiver. Do you get it now? It can be sent through as an email. It can be sent through a post office, where you will have a postman. When you post your letter at the post office, the postman will deliver your letter to whosoever you are writing it to. Do you get it now? Okay, and I told you we have two types of letters. We have formal and informal letters. When you talk about formal letters are letters that are written to organizations. Like maybe someone is looking for a job. The letter that the person will write will be a formal letter. Like if you are writing a letter to your head of school, you are writing a letter to your proprietor or your proprietress, you are going to write a formal letter. A letter that is written to organizations. A letter that is written to organizations is called a formal letters. Do you get it now? Any letter that is written to someone that is not your family member, someone that is not your friends, someone that is not your relative, so that letter is called formal letter. But the one we are focusing on today is an informal letter. We talk about an informal letter. An informal letter is a letter that is being sent across, that is written to your family members, your friends, and your relatives. Do you get it now? A letter that is written to your friends and relatives is called an informal letter. Do you get it now? And that is what we're looking at in this class today. So I'll be taking you through the features of an informal letter. When you're writing an informal letter, there are 5 main points that you must note, 5 aspects that are very, very important. I will be showing you right now. The first thing on your letter is your address. Yes, your address is very, very important when you are writing a letter. Where are you writing the letter from? Are you writing the letter from Dele Kuti, number 10, Dele Kuti? Or what number are you writing the letter from? You will write it 10, Dele Kuti Street, Ebute, Ipakodo, Ikorodu, Lagos. That is what will form your address. Like this, Sector 17, Fashi, New Bombay. This is the address on this letter. Then after the address, that is the number 1. The next thing is a date. Date is very, very important. If you are sending a letter to someone, you need to include a date. The person might get the letter late. Maybe you need to give a particular information to that your friend. Okay, what date are you writing the letter? So if the letter is delayed, the person will know that you've sent the letter for a long period of time. Do you get it now? So we have 6th of July 2013. That was when this letter was written. So this is number 2. Then number 3 is your salutation. When you talk about salutation, you greet. Salutation means what? Greeting. When you salute, Mrs. Martha, you salute. What do? That is greeting. So you greet the person, dear Maya. But there will be a comma after the name. You will put a comma. It is very, very important that you put a comma after the person's name. My comma is not writing very well, sorry. So can you say it now? So you put a comma after the person's name. Then after that, you will go to your letter. Letter writing is usually divided into 3. Like you will have after you have said dear Maya, then you continue your greetings, like how are you doing? Like if you are thankful for something that the person had done for you previously, you will appreciate the person here in the first paragraph. Do you get it now? Then in the next paragraph, you will talk about The purpose, why are you writing the letter? What message do you want to pass across? Are you staying in a boarding school and you want to write to your dad that they should help you to send provisions? Do you get it now? Then you write it. The purpose of writing this letter to you is to inform you that I just discovered that I've run out of provision, and I would like you to please help me to send across as soon as possible. That might be the purpose of your letter. Then after which you're going to the ending of your letter, then extend your greetings to your friends and to other friends, other family members. You extend your greetings to them. Do you get that? Then you are bringing your letter to a close. Then you write yours truly, or your friend Martha, or your friend Mayowa. Then you will write your friend, comma, then under it like this, see you soon, Aditi. This one just wrote Aditi, but if you are writing yours, you can write see you, hope to see you soon. Then your friend or your son, then you will put your name under. Do you get it now? Do you understand? I hope you understand. Okay, don't forget I said the dates, I said the address, the dates, the name of the person you are writing to, the body of your letter, that is your number 4, and in that body of your letter you will have the greetings, the introduction, the purpose of writing the letter, they have the closing. Do you get it now? Then you have your remark, like your friend and your so. Then that will form your friend, and that will be your number 5. Do you understand now? Okay. So the next topic that we're considering now is funny stories. Now we're talking about funny stories. Funny stories are amusing or humorous stories. They talk about some things that are funny. They are just meant to make you laugh. Because when talking about the creative writing, the purpose of writing stories, there are some purpose. The purpose of writing stories, we have to educate. We have stories to educate. When you read some stories, they teach you morals. So the next topic that we're looking at now is of funny stories. And we're talking about funny stories. What are they? Funny stories are stories that can make you laugh. They are humorous. They are full of amusing and humorous incidents. Do you get it now? And they bring smile to your face. Do you understand now? Do you understand? When we're talking about something being humorous, what does that mean? It means it is funny. It can cause laughter. Do you get it now? Do you understand? Okay. So, why do we write funny stories? The purpose of writing a story, we have reasons, we have reasons for writing stories. Number 1, we write stories to educate. Number 2, we have stories for didactic purpose. Didactic means to teach morals. We write stories to educate. We write stories to teach morals. Do you get it now? We write stories to entertain. Maybe you are bored at home, like you are at home for all this while. Some people, what they do is reading. Do you get it now? To educate, to educate, to learn moral, and to entertain themselves when they are bored. Do you get it now? So we write stories to entertain. So those stories that are written to entertain will be amusing stories. There will be funny stories, so that when you are reading, you are entertained. There is no more boring moments with you. Do you get it now? You are okay. You are laughing out your ribs. Do you get it now? Okay. So when talking about funny stories, they make you laugh. They are meant to make you laugh, and you just want the story to continue. You don't just want the story to just end. You want it to continue, just like the story of the gingerbread man. The story of the gingerbread man and the gingerbread man makes you laugh, and you wish the story should continue. Do you get it? Do you want to talk about run, run, run as fast as you can? You can't catch me. I'm a gingerbread man. Do you get it now? Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, and I'm a gingerbread man. the gingerbread man is just running up and down, running from one person to another, trying to, a lot of skills that the gingerbread man put to use in that story, right? I'm sure you watched the video, right? You've watched the video before. You can see how the gingerbread man was just playing pranks, were just playing on their intelligence, right? Okay, so those type of story that type of story is a funny story. I know you've read many of them like that they are funny. Like, for example, like the city mouse and the country mouse is funny, right? Okay, like who will bear the cat? Belling the cat is a funny story. And the story of the tortoise and what animal that they engaged in a race. You can imagine. Can you get it now? So that is a funny story. They make you laugh. There is not much to funny story. You can write it anyhow. And you know the elements of a story. You know story elements. We have the character. Character are people or animals in your story that act in your story, right? Okay, we have setting. Setting is a place where your action takes place. Setting is a place where your story takes place. Setting can also talk about time that your story takes place. Do you get it now? I hope you understand. Okay, then we have the plots. Now the plot, we're talking about the plot. You're talking about the beginning, the middle, and the end. Do you get it now? Your story must have a plot. What happens first? What comes next? Then after that, what happened next? Do you get it now? So there should be a plot, and a plot will be arranged in a chronological order. You know what chronological order means? In a order or in a sequential order, in the correct order. Do you get it now? That is what your plot is meant for. You don't put what should come last at the beginning. No. Do you understand now? Unless you are using flashback. But you don't know what... Do you know what flashback is? Flashback. Do you know what flashback is? Okay, we're talking about flashback. Let's say your dad just comes home from work and he asks you some things that happened during the day. And you are trying to recount, you are trying to tell him everything that happened during the day when he wasn't around. That is called a flashback. To remember something that happened before, to bring it to the present. That is what is called a flashback. Do you understand now? Okay. So that is that about a funny story. There's nothing much about it. Do you get that? There must be something that goes wrong. What goes wrong in the story? And that is what we call conflict. Like in the story of the gingerbread man, what is the conflict? The conflict is the fact that the gingerbread man is running away and the woman wants to catch the gingerbread man. That is the conflict. That is what goes wrong. The gingerbread man runs away. That is the problem in that story. So a story must have a problem. Do you get now? That you are trying to solve. Do you understand now? Okay. So let's move to the next topic. Now the next topic that we're looking at now is stories with repetitive pattern. Now, you know when you're talking about repetitive pattern, repetition. From the repetitive is from the word repetition, repeat. So when you repeat something over and over and over again, so we call it repetition. Do you get it now? So stories with repetitive patterns are stories in which words or sentences or expressions are being repeated. Do you get it now? Do you understand? And they are predictable books. Why are they predictable? You can predict what will happen next in stories with repetitive pattern because it does the same thing. The character will just be saying the same thing. The character will be saying the same thing all over and over again. And that is why it is called story with repetitive pattern. Because there is repetition, they are repeating expressions. Do you get it now? And what are the features of story with repetitive pattern? I've even in class that we sang it as a song, right? Like there is repetition. The children, you are able to take part in reading activities because the same word that the character is saying, if he goes to the river, it says the same word. If he goes to the bank, it says the same word. If he's at the shore, it says the same word. So you are able to read along. Do you get that? That type of story carries you along, and you can never be bored with that story. Do you get that? You can never feel bored with that story because you are carried along. Do you understand now? You know what is going to happen next. You say it over and over and over again. Do you understand now? Okay. And you can guess the next word. Yeah, that's why they are predictable, because you can guess the next word, and they are very engaging. They are very engaging. Like the little red hen. The little red hen moves from one animal to the other. Can you help me to do this? All of them are saying, no, I can't hear you. It's too sunny. I can't walk in the sun. It goes to another animal. The animal says the same thing. It goes to another one. It says the same thing. So you know what each character, each animal is going to say. Do you get it now? It's a simple story that you can easily write, right? Okay. And the same features, the elements of story, you know them. I just explained some. I told you we have the characters, we have the setting, we have the conflict, the problem, what goes wrong, what happens. Do you get it now? Okay, so even the story of the gingerbread man as well is a story with repetitive pattern, because what the gingerbread man tells the old woman and the old man is the same thing that the gingerbread man tells the cow. Is the same thing that the gingerbread man tells the fox. Is the same thing that the gingerbread man tells everything that he comes across on the way. Do you get it now? So stories, and you know that stories of a gingerbread man, you like it. You can't lie. I'll gentle. We will remember, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, and I'm a gingerbread man. And when you talk about, no, I can't do it, go to that, you understand? So that is that about stories with a repetitive pattern. When you are writing it, characters should repeat words. They are repeating expressions. Do you get it now? I hope you understand. Okay, so let's move to the next. Now we're looking at a sensory poem. Now we're talking about a sensory poem. What is a sensory poem? I told you we're talking about something sensory. It's from the word sense. And you know you have 5 sense organs, right? You have your eyes, your nose, your tongue, your ears, your skin. Do you get it now? Or your hand to feel. You use your eyes to see, you use your nose to smell, to perceive, your tongue to taste, your ears to hear, your hand to feel, or your skin to feel. Do you get it now? Do you understand now? So we have 5 sense organs. So we're not talking about sensory poem. A sensory poem is a poem that appeals to your sense organs. Like when you are writing a sensory poem, I must be able to see. The thing is not right here with me, but the way you are saying it, I should be able to do what? To see. Or I should be able to feel it. Do you get it now? The way you are saying that very particular story, or the way you are writing that poem, I should be able to feel what you are talking about. Do you get it now? Also, I should be able to hear. I should hear sound. I should be able to hear, to taste, to have a taste of it, even when it's not here. Do you get it now? Like when I ask you to write about ice cream. You know, when I want to write about ice cream, I can say it's ice cream. It looks like a cone. When someone says it looks like a cone, you know, in my brain, I will picture cone. How does a cone look like? I will see it. So I have the picture. It is attending to my sense. Do you get it now? It is attending to my size, because I picture it. I can see cone. When you say it looks like a cone, so I think of how a cone is. Do you get it now? Then when someone else says it has a crown, oh, I will think about a crown. A crown? I will think about it. Do you get it now? Is it true that an ice cream has a crown? Then I will look at it in my brain. Do you get it now? Then when you say it melts, like if it stays too long, it melts away. Then my sight will also feel like, how does something melt? Like an ice cube. It melts like an ice cube. I will picture it. Or it melts like a snow. I will picture it, snow melts. That means it becomes watery. Do you get it now? You see, I'm seeing it already. I know what it likes. When I say, oh, it tastes like, how does ice cream taste like? Yes, how does it taste like? Yes, it tastes like a lemon pie. It tastes like a chocolate. It tastes like what? You tell me how it tastes. Do you get it now? Do you understand? Okay, you will liken it to something. It tastes like, you can say it tastes like butter. If that's how, the taste that something has with you might not have the same taste with me. So I can say it tastes like a butter. Someone can say it tastes like a chocolate. Someone can say it can taste anyhow, depending on different person. You will not be penalized. Do you get that? But I want to taste. I want to feel. Do you get it now? So when you're writing a sensory poem, remember a sensory poem attends to your 5 sense organs. And look at this one that I have here. Cheerfulness. Cheerfulness, it sounds like a baby's laughter. How does a baby's laughter sound? It smells like lilies of the valley. It tastes like lemon pie. It looks like a field of sunflowers. Now, when I know in my brain, I'm picturing a field of sunflowers. Cheerfulness, I'm seeing a flower right now. Do you get it now? Then I'm trying to perceive the lily, the lilies of the valley. Lilies of the valley. It has fragrance. That means cheerfulness. It has. Get it now? Okay, then cheerfulness feels like a warm sun. It feels like a warm sun. I know when I'm in the sun, the warm sun, not the ash one, I know how it feels. It feels good, right? So you can see from this poem, we've likened it to something, and I can see, I can picture, and any other person can see and can picture things as well. Do you understand now? I hope you understand. Okay, so that is that about our revision for today. So see you tomorrow. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Do you understand now? Okay, so see you next class. Bye.